I like survival games. So, survival games are kind of my thing. Whether it be Minecraft or Terraria or things like that, or it be more PvP orientated, like Rust, or those type of games. And more recently, actually, I found this really nice free game. Actually, more like rediscovered. I downloaded this a while back, but then it wasn't working on my computer back then. It's a game called Unturned, which is basically a budget Rust. And it's actually really good, I really like it. Except the fact that they removed the Steam matchmaking, so you can't really multiplayer well. Which is why... I'm gonna teach you guys how to make a server and run it from your very own computer, because most of the time, the videos out there on YouTube only show you half the process. Let's do this. Alright, so now that we're out from the epic chill spot, let's get to doing this. I'm gonna teach you guys how to make an unturned server, and it's actually really easy. So, go ahead and open up Steam, like I've done here, and then just go to your library, and click on Unturned. And you're actually gonna wanna browse the local files, so go ahead and hit the settings, little gear icon here, manage, and then browse local files. This will bring up all of the files for Unturned, where actually you can see I've already made some servers here. What you're gonna want to do is right click on click on Unturned itself, one click, so it highlights it, and be sure it doesn't have a little arrow, so it's not a shortcut already, or it's not Unturned BE, it's actual Unturned. Now right click it, and then go ahead and create a shortcut. Now this will go ahead and create a thing called unturned-shortcut, and it will be right there. Now you're just gonna want to go ahead and rename this to unturned server, and then for me this is the one for the video, so I'm gonna just type it server video, and then it should save after you click off of it. You go ahead and click properties, and in this target area is where we're going to be changing this from a shortcut into an actual runnable server. So first of all, if we go to the very beginning of all of this text, you're going to want to actually enclose this entire text field in quotation marks. So put a quotation mark at the beginning and at the end. Then right after the quotation mark, after .exe, you're going to go ahead and hit space, and then type dash nographics, I spelled graphics wrong, dash batchmode, and then you can decide what type of server you want it to be. For example, plus lanserver, which actually I'm going to recommend you do lanserver, because a lanserver, even though it's running off of your Wi-Fi, it will actually make it so that you can run servers through a virtual router, which I'll teach you guys how to do actually, because most of the time people just tell you how to make a server, and in which then you have to be either on a custom, like, you know, server where you actually can connect with friends, but that's difficult. That's a lot more difficult than just doing a LAN server. So go ahead and just do plus LAN server, and then slash. Now right after this slash will be the name, so I'm just gonna call it I don't know, Hedgie server video with a smiley face. Actually, no, I'm not gonna do a smiley face just in case. So that should be good. Now go ahead and hit apply and hit OK. Alright. Now right after that, you're gonna want to go ahead and double click it, which it should hopefully open this up, and it's gonna go ahead and run through the entirety of the server. This is the first part of it, which is just you creating the server itself, and then after this we're going to go ahead and set up the next bit. So while this is actually doing its thing, you're gonna basically have to wait, because there's nothing you can do. Alright, perfect. Now that it's at loading level 100, it has to be loading level 100, go ahead and type shutdown, which I actually recommend to type every time instead of just hitting the X button. So just type shutdown, and that will go ahead and shut down the server. Now open up the servers folder, which for me was already there, but for people who don't have any servers yet, this is a folder that would have just been created. So go ahead and open it, and now, oh look, there's a folder called Hedgie server video. So go ahead and open this, and now you can have a bunch of different things. So go ahead and click on the server folder, and then the commands.dat. This is where we're going to be filling out a couple things just to sort of prep up the server. Okay, so this part is actually pretty simple. This is just the different commands that the server is going to run every time it starts up. So you're going to want to go ahead and type name and then the name of the server. I'm just going to do Hedgie server video again, just to be consistent. After this, you're going to want to do the port, which just go ahead and type whatever port your unturned thing is in. And for me, I'm pretty sure it's the same for most people, is 270.15. Right after that, you want the map, which the map is actually case sensitive. For example, if you want to do PEI, you just do PEI because it's all caps. If you want to do Washington, I think that's how you spell Washington, but just for simplicity, I'm going to do Russia. I can't even spell Russia. Please keep in mind, it is case sensitive. Right after that, you're going to want to go ahead and do cheats enabled, and then also admin, and then whatever your user number is, which most people should know how to do, but if you don't, you basically just have to go enable the thing on Steam and you can go ahead and yoink it, but it doesn't really matter. So this part's optional, but you should always have cheats enabled, because worst come to worst, something happens to the server, you can always use commands like force reset or force freeze. Those are just things that are handy. Then we're gonna go ahead and hit Control S to save and then close it down. So now return to the unturned folder, the original one, and then run the server once more. So I double clicked on server video. Now you see it actually runs all the commands at the beginning. And it's almost open. Loading level, just gotta wait till loading level gets rendered. Perfect. Now you can just go ahead and hit unturned, hit play on unturned to, you know, play unturned. Just gotta wait till it loads up. Oh, this because I have workshop items. That's why it's actually taking a little bit long to load up, but we should be in any second now. Perfect. Now go ahead and hit play, and then hit connect. Now this connect is going to be, you know, your server, which the IP and port are actually quite specific, but we didn't set a password, so there's no password. Alright, so now we're just gonna go ahead and hit connect, and boom, we're into the server, we can join, and it's basically done. But I'm not gonna do that because that's not what I really care about. Fix it. I'm actually gonna show you guys a thing that will actually help you actually run the LAN server. It's a thing called Hamachi, which Hamachi is actually a system used to port forward, which basically means instead of having to run on the same Wi-Fi, I could send, let's say, Oliver my port, and then we could just play on the server together, and it would stimulate his computer being connected to my router, which is actually really handy. So what you're going to want to do is go ahead and search Hamachi, and then there should be a thing called vpn.net by Hamachi. You click on this, and then you go ahead and download it. Once you have downloaded it, you can just go ahead and follow its tutorial. It's very simple. Make yourself a port, and then send it to your friends. Now, once your friends have actually connected, they can actually join this unturned server, which it's pretty cool. It's pretty simple. Now, I've written all of the code in the description below, so if you guys are too lazy and just want to copy what I've written, go ahead and just copy paste from what I've written. And yeah, I really hope you guys enjoyed. If you have any further questions, please leave them in the description below. And yeah, this is Hedgie tuning out. I'll see you guys later. Bye!